Chicano Rap Radio. Raw and uncut.
Cubo, and welcome to another episode of Chicano Rap Radio. Today we have the homeboy Lil Roy, aka Lucky, joining us. What's up, homie? How you doing today?
I'm doing great, my brother. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. I'm doing firme. Thank you so much for making the time to join us. So I usually like to lead off the interviews with getting a little bit background information about the artist. And, in your case, I know, for the people that aren't familiar with your music, I know that you were into the music and you had taken a little break from it. Now, yes. I know you have some big things cooking, so, we'll lead into that. But before we get there, can you let us know maybe a little background information on who Lil Roy, aka Lucky, is? Where did you grow up, and how did you get into the music?
Absolutely, man. So as you can tell, man, that's my background right there, San Diego and Jalisco.
That's right.
So I was born in Jalisco. I was born in Guadalajara.
That's right.
And then I grew up in San Diego, National City. So, I grew up, man, listening to Little Rob, Mr. Shadow, Lil One.
Yeah, all the OGs. So, that's right.
Yeah, Night Owl. I mean, you name it, So I got really inspired about that, with listening to them. And then when I went back to Guadalajara when I was 17, for a whole year, man, I just dedicated my life to try to make it big on the music. So I was committed. So we started working with a couple guys over there in Guadalajara. What was that? It was this guy named Zucker. He's actually working for Televisa out there.
Wow. Okay. Good.
Yeah, he's doing big things. He's still on the music.
Right.
But back then, when I was, when we were kids, man.
Yeah.
I mean, dude has his underground studio at home and everything, and
that's fair.
It was inspiring, man. It was good, and I mean, it was good. And he had, he had love for music. So I mean, we clicked so good. DJ CN, at that time, Sekan was starting to, it was a lot of big names that are right now in Guadalajara.
Yeah. Right.
They're that's when they were starting.
So you knew them as when they were starting in the game, and now they're big in the game, and I imagine maybe you still have a connection with them. Maybe you guys are still in contact. Have you followed up with any of them?
Absolutely, man. I stay in contact with Zucker. We chop it up on Instagram. We're talking in there. Same thing with DJ CN. Sekan, we really didn't get, much, we didn't get too much to know each other too much. He was a kid, man. He was like, I want to say he was probably like 14, 13 years old. And I mean, right now, if you go to his Instagram, he has millions of followers.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, that's respect. He's been doing it since he was a little kid, so that's
right.
But yeah, man, I mean, like everything back then was I was trying to achieve and get to the other level. Right. The only thing is, we did shows on the Hard Rock Cafe over there in Guadalajara. A couple songs on the radio and everything. But right before I turned 18, man, it was, I was into so much, I was involved with a lot of good and bad people.
Right.
and got a little bit out of control, man. And my mom, she was like, my boy, if you keep doing all this shit, you gotta go. You gotta go back to States, and you need to focus on work. And because this music shit is not gonna get you nowhere.
Right.
Man. So
you came back after that. When you turned 18, you came back to SD?
So but instead of going back to California, man, I came straight to Colorado because this is where I live right now.
Okay.
In Colorado. So I came here, man. I started.
Why Colorado? You have family, or who was in Colorado?
Yeah, man. So I had one of my an uncle and a cousin that live here.
Yeah.
So I went back to Guadalajara, I came here to Colorado,
Right.
to actually Colorado Springs to visit, and I love the city, man. And it's such a small town in a way that when I was driving around and everything, I was like, yeah, man, I think I like this place.
I
You know, I
feel
mean,
it.
it was no gangs, man,
Right.
no nothing, man. It was like, I mean, technically, man, nothing but white people. You know,
Right,
so
right. And it was
hometown, you're really homey. You
now
know, so
let me ask you something. You know, there's a saying that goes, you can take the boy out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the boy, you know? So was that your case? I mean, once you moved back
man,
to the area where you should have been good, did you continue to get into shit?
you know, for a little bit, man, and you know, I have I'm really good adapting
Hmm.
to any environment. You
Right.
know, so just like you say, man, you can take, you know, you can take the boy out of the hood, but you can take the hood out of that boy, you know.
Yeah.
So when I moved here to Colorado Springs, man, I mean, I remember I used to go to Walmart, and I was just, you know, just with that mentality, man, that I, you know, like, you know, when you grow up in California, man, you got the OGs, and everyone tells you, like, if somebody's looking at you to your face, you never look down. If you
Yeah.
look down, that's weakness, and you know,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So man, I will go to Walmart, you know, and I will see, you know, everyone was kind of like, they will see me, you know, 18 years old, man, tatted. So here in Colorado, man, at that time, you know, I want to say what is it, over 15 years ago, people weren't tatted like
Right.
now you see a lot of people. So I
Right.
kind of screwed up. So a lot
Yeah.
of people will look at me, and I still had that mentality to mad dog, you know, to
Right.
try to
Right.
be the big dog, man. And I was young, you know, but eventually, man, it started changing. You know what I mean? So I was like, well, you know, I need to adapt to you know, I'm not here to gangbang. I'm here to change my life. You know, so you know, I got myself a job. I tried a couple different jobs until I found my passion. That, you know, I found a trade. You know, I'm a
Yeah.
carpenter. I own a flooring company. You know,
Okay.
so it took a lot of work for me to get to that point.
Wow.
But that was my goal, man, because you know, I already kind of disappointed few people in the past. Like my
Right.
mom, she thought I was just gonna be a fuck up, you know, just with, you know, gang banging out there in Guadalajara, gang banging in San Diego,
Right.
you know. So my mom, my family, they thought I was like, nah, this kid's always gonna be a pinche cholo, and he's not gonna do nothing. So when I was here, man, you know, I didn't have no homies. I didn't have really, I didn't know nobody. So I said, you know what? I gotta focus on the main goal. And the main goal, man, was, you know, make a good live, you know,
Right.
good.
Get your grind on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's how it started, man. And you know, it went for years. I did really good, and I mean, still pretty blessed, you know, to you know, to put food in my table, you know, for my kid, my wife, you know.
That's
And
favorite.
but now that thing that you know, that I got to that point, man, I was like, man, I want to get into music again, and I know
So
so many
so
people. You know?
let me jump in there, homie, and forgive me. I just want to make sure that the audience is keeping up with us. So
Yes, sir.
you were young. You grew up with all the, you know, listening to all the OGs from San Diego, and that inspired you to want to do music. You moved out to Mexico, to Guadalajara,
Wow.
and
Yes,
that's where
sir.
you were doing the music. At some point,
Yeah.
when you came back to the States, you stopped doing music for a couple of years. Is that what happened?
You know, actually, like within the the first year, I started kind of looking around here in town, like if anybody was doing music. So I was able to link up with a guy. His name is he goes by, well, it was two brothers. They called themselves Envious Records. So I recorded a couple songs with them. I think I sent you two songs. That one was La Feria, and the other one GDL to 719, or 719 to GDL. And so I recorded those. So I recorded like 4 or 5 songs.
Right.
You know, I recorded more songs with them.
Are they out there? Are they released?
You know what? That was the bad thing, that I never released them. And the reason that I didn't is because I was using somebody else's beats.
Oh, I
And
see.
and I'm a type of a perfectionist, man. I like, if I'm gonna do something, then I'm gonna put it out there. I want to make sure I'm not gonna do. I don't want to get. I don't want to get. Let's say I don't want people to be like, yeah, that sounds dope, but that's on Cypress Hill beat.
Right,
Or
right.
that's, that's such
So it was
a
like a
guy.
mixtape.
Yeah, yeah. So I didn't. I didn't want to advertise it, because it wasn't my beats. What I
Right.
did back in Guadalajara, man, they were my beats. That was my everything, man. It was all like my beats, my lyrics, everything.
Right.
When
Do
I
you
came
have
here,
copies of that?
yes, I do. I have a couple of
Okay.
old songs. Now that I listen to it, man, how I develop as an artist,
Yeah.
I'm not, I mean, I still like it because I did it,
Right.
but the style, man, the spirit never changed.
Right.
The goal, what I wanted it, show to my peoples. You know what I mean? It didn't
Right.
change, but I
You've
emerged.
grown.
I
You've grown
grew
as
up.
an artist.
Yeah, so my style now is a lot different than
Right.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
But I still listen to those
Yeah.
songs, and I'm like, yeah, well, it's like, I wish I would have, had a better lyrics or a different flow. But
Yeah.
every artist obviously starts from the bottom.
Right. Right.
I mean, I'm still
You have to
not.
start, from somewhere, and I think that's solid that you're able to recognize that, this is where I started, but because of that, this is where I am today. And I know you have, a lot of really good things cooking right now. We're gonna take a quick little break, and we're gonna come back because I want to talk about that more, because there's definitely people out there that are about to get a big dose of Little Roy, aka Lucky. So we're gonna take a quick little break. You're listening to Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.
Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.
Welcome back to Chicano Rap Radio, where we have the homeboy Little Roy, aka Lucky, in the house today, and he was talking to us about his journey into Chicano rap, how he got started listening to some of the OGs in the game in San Diego. He grew up in National City. At some point, he moved down to Guadalajara, and he stuck with the music, but he still kept messing around, and the mom said, "Hey, you're gonna keep messing around. You got to go." So then he moved back to the States. He landed in Colorado, which is where he's at now. He did record some music, but he was more focused on, kind of staying on his grind, building up his company, and providing for his family. But now that I would imagine he's in a much more comfortable place, the love for the music is still there. So now, he's definitely getting back into the music big time. So tell us a little bit about, fast forward to the present. Tell us a little bit about what's going on now, because there's some projects out there, that you have that are big. You're working with one of the big names, in Chicano rap. Who are you working with right now, and what do you guys have cooking?
So I'm working right now, man, with Mr. Little One,
That's right.
Uno, el pequeño, aka the boogeyman,
Yeah.
So, man, yeah, so, we connected, we started talking, I sent him a message on Instagram. Typically, man, big artists like them, they don't just, take their time just to go over any messages, so I caught his attention. That's something that I always had in my life, and that's why I think that's why I love the artistic life. I know I have something that is in me that I can show love to people, and people likes it. So I caught his attention, man, and we started talking. I showed him some music. He said, "My bro, you're dope. I can't believe you haven't done anything." And I was like, "Really?" So when it comes from something like somebody like him, and to his size, and him telling me that the music is good, and he's like, "Man, we need to do something about it. You need to work on an album."
Right.
He's like, let's do it. Let's do it together. I'll get you in, man. I'll push you. you know, and I mean, we talk about it, man, and we execute it. We execute it immediately, man. I'm the type of person, you know, that I like to move alone. You know, if it's something that is a good idea and I think is the right time, the right moment, boom, let's do it. Let's execute. So we did it, man, and you know, we you know, got some beats together, Misfit Soto, you know, Manny Fresco, you know, a couple guys that on the game that got us some beats, and then we got the project rolling, man. So you know, I went to I recorded a couple songs here in town, and then but the main thing is like, you know what, Lucky is like, I want you to come here to California, man. You got to come to San Diego. We got to record together, because the vibe, just to be both of us together and working on the album together. So I say, done, man. Booked the flight, went out there, work on, you know, a couple days on the album, man. And right now that's what we got cooking.
Feed me. And, you know, I want to, you know, send a shout out to Lil Uno. The homie's definitely an OG in the game, and you're right when you say that, you know, he's still very humble, and he does take the time, whether it's you know, reaching out to a fan or for example, an artist like you know, he doesn't think that he's better than anybody. He stays humble, and he keeps his ear to the ground. And for him to co-sign for you like that, that's huge, man. So anybody out there, you know, you got to take that into consideration. You know, that the homie right here is about to working with one of the major players in the game. As a matter of fact, he does have an album coming out today. So you make sure you don't sleep on it. Check out the homeboy, Mr. Lil One's, you know, Ruthless album dropping today. It's got a lot of bangers. It's got a lot of heaters. So are you signed to his label, or are you guys just working on the album together?
So we're working on an album together, man. And our friendship, man, grew from just, we say, okay, let's do an album. You know, I got faith in you. You know, let's work on something together, man. We got to build such a good relationship, bro, that, I mean, me and him, we're every day, man, talking, communicating. You know, I mean, we're like, we became like best friends, you know? So, I mean, we're joking all day and everything. So that's where we at. So I feel part of Ruthless. I'm not, you know, he didn't sign me in, but he included me on the family, on Dumpsick, you know, Dumpsick Entertainment. And that's where I'm standing right now. But you know, we got Dumpsick Clothing coming, me and him together.
Oh, you guys, that's a brand between you two, huh?
Yes, sir. You know, that's
I want to get into that, but I mean, I also don't want to deprive our listeners. I think we want to know a little bit more about the album. Does your upcoming album, when does it release, and does it have a name yet?
Yes, sir. So the name of the album is called Los Enfermos.
Los Enfermos.
So Los Enfermos. So we got we did it in Spanish, you know. So the whole album is Spanish. I mean, you got a little bit of Spanglish here and there.
Right.
You know, Uno and me. You know, that's a little bit of my style, Spanglish. I like the Spanish rap, you know, a lot. So that's what I focus. So yeah, Los Enfermos, and well, our release date is on August 24th. That's where we're gonna release the album. You know, we're gonna work. We're trying to work on some videos for the album.
That's right.
Yeah, I was on the Ruthless for his Ruthless album. He's releasing a song on the 17th, a video on the 17th for the album. I'm in the video.
Yeah.
But he wanted to introduce me, you know, somewhere, somehow, you know, that be like, hey, this is Little Roy, you know, Lucky. So I'm already in the video. So that way people see that, you know, we're there, you know, the engagement.
So your album is coming out, you know, exactly a month from today. You know, you said August 24th. And you guys are rapping as a group, Los Enfermos, or is that the name of the album?
That's the name of the album. So we're not going as a group. We're going as you know, we're just collaborating together, you know, on the album. The album is Los Enfermos, but he's still, you know, Mr. Little One, and then still Lil Roy, aka Lucky. So but yeah, but I mean, it might become a brand. You know, we're digging so deep into Los Enfermos that it might turn into Los Enfermos and make it a statement.
Right. And you know, I think that's firme that you're able to reconnect with what I imagine was your beginning in the rap game. You know, I know that you do Spanglish, like you said, but you know, when you went to Guadalajara, you know, you were probably mostly rapping in Spanish. And you know, right now the market is huge for that. You know, I think people have opened up a lot to Chicano rap, but also just rap from Chicanos in general, you know, and whether that's in Spanish, Spanglish, or English, you know, I think there's a lot of support for the music. So I myself am definitely looking forward to the album. I'm sure you're gonna have, you know, a lot of bangers. For those of you out there that, you know, don't speak Spanish, don't worry, you know, we will Google Translate it for you. That way you can appreciate the music, because it's going to be, you know, a lot of firme songs. That call me and I'll rap it back to you in English so you know how firme it is.
That's right, man. That's right. You know, so, I think, you know, like my wife, man, she's a white girl, you know, and she listens to music like from Uno, you know, in Spanish, or listens to other rappers in Spanish, and she's like, I don't know what they're saying, but I love it.
Good.
You know?
Yeah.
So and that comes from, you know, from a white girl, you know.
Yeah.
But I got other friends, you know, a couple other friends that don't speak, you know, Spanish, obviously. And they say, man, I don't know what you're saying, but I love it. It's so dope. You go with the, you know, it's like, so yeah, man, like, you know, it's, I think people will feel the energy, even if they don't understand it. You can the energy, you know, the passion on your lyrics, you know.
And that's very true, you know, because that's the feedback. That's a beautiful thing about music, is that it can cross barriers, language barriers, because you don't need to understand what they're saying. You can feel the music, you know, that it's flowing, you know, it sounds good, it sounds pleasing, you know, and you know, I think, you know, you guys are going to do really good with the album. You know, I think I want to take a quick little break and come back, because I want to talk about, you know, the Dome Sick apparel that you guys started. So we're going to take another quick little break, and we're going to come back. You're listening to the interview with the up-and-coming artist, you know, about to go huge. So make sure you check him out, so you can tell your people that you were there before he blew up, before he got huge, before he got big. You know, Lil Roy, aka Lucky, and you're listening to Chicano Rap Radio.
Hit us up at 805-395-6595 for your special requests, dedications, and shout-outs. Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.
Welcome back to Chicano Rap Radio. We're being joined today by the up-and-coming, soon-to-be a huge rap star in the Chicano rap game, in the Spanish rap game, the homie Lil Roy, a.k.a. Lucky. Welcome back, homie. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
I wanted to transition into the clothing line that you and Little Uno are working on. Tell me a little bit more about the Dome Sick apparel. What is Dome Sick apparel?
So we're focusing on mainly, man, on, you know, Uno got a lot of I mean, has thousands of songs, you know, but he has couple songs that ring the you know, the bell, you know, like Suicide, The Boogeyman, Dance with the Rhythm, and stuff like that. So we're pushing, you know, with the Dome Sick clothing, you know, we're having some songs that say, you know, The Boogeyman, Dance with the Rhythm, Suicide, you know. So his main most what you call it famous
his famous songs, the title of the songs, right?
Yes. You know, Highway 666, you know, you name it, you know. So and then we introduced a couple of my ideas, you know, Los Enfermos, Paisa Millonarios, Sicarios Tatuados, you know. So that's what we're gonna introduce to, you know. So so yeah, we're really excited, man, on that project. So
and is that something that you guys are kind of working on right now, or have you already do you have any clothing out that if someone is really kind of feeling the idea or into? I mean, can people buy clothes now, or is that something that's going to launch a little bit further down the road?
So we're gonna launch the clothing company the same day that we're releasing the album, the Los Enfermos.
Okay,
in a month
August
from now.
24th.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
That was say again.
You said August 24th, right?
August 24th. That's right. And so the
Peterman.
clothing line, Domsic, is coming out the same day as Los Enfermos.
That's feeding.
That same day release. So
that's a good idea.
So we already have all the designs and everything. So we're gonna have a website that you can go over there. Pick your favorite clothes and sweatpants, t-shirt, tank tops, hats, whatever you like.
Right.
With the different that is gonna be a huge diversity in there to pick.
Right. And do you have any kind of like special packages or something like if maybe they pre-order your album, you're going to send out a t-shirt, or do you have any packs where maybe they can buy a t-shirt and get an album or something like that? I mean, is there any other little promotional to encourage people to buy your album or to buy the clothes?
Yeah, we have something on the oven. So that we will
you don't have to tell us any marketing secrets. I mean, I'm just trying to get some information out of you.
But
I don't want you to get in trouble with the team, but just curious.
Something like that is coming. Because Ruthless, like I said, Ruthless album with Lil One is coming. Is
right.
released. And then it's my album. So we're gonna do something where people can buy. Hey, I'm buying Ruthless. And then a shirt for X amount, so something is coming. So we got something we're gonna decide here in the next couple of days.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
And so Domsic and Los Enfermos is launching the same day, a month from today, August 24th. Today, the homies album, Mr. Lil One's Ruthless, is out today. So make sure you go and check it out.
Yes,
I think you guys are going to do some major things with the album. Are you for people that haven't heard the Ruthless album that's out now, and maybe they want to get a little taste of Little Roy, aka Lucky? Are you on the Ruthless album?
Yes, sir. So I'm gonna, if you guys go buy his album, check out Sick and the Dumb, and then you can hear a little bit of Little Roy, aka Lucky,
preview,
in Spanish.
For next month.
Yes, sir.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, but on Ruthless album, you can go and buy the Ruthless album. Look on Sick and the Dumb, and you can listen to your boy.
Okay, firme. And so your album, when it comes out, it's and just to clarify, it's an all Spanish album, right?
We got I will say Spanglish and
okay.
Spanish. Yeah, mainly Spanish, but we got some Spanglish. Little One, he threw one verse in all English in the song, because our main goal, man, is we wanted to come with different sounds, with like we wanted to come with something that we haven't heard in a while,
Right.
So different, like that. Our beats, every beat is different. Every song is different. It's just the album is just. I mean, it's gonna blow people's mind.
Right.
It's
Right.
fun. It's different sounds. I love it, man. I love the album.
Well, I can't wait to hear it. I know you're working. It's an album that you and Little Uno are working on. Did you have any other artists, perhaps, maybe some of the people that used to work with in the past, or any artists, from Mexico or Guadalajara on your album?
So on this album, man, we just got Young Diggy,
okay.
Young Diggy. So
out of SD, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
so we got Young Diggy on the album, and then we got Fresco, Fresco doing a little bit of singing in there. So, but mainly it's just me and Uno.
Yeah.
And like I said, we got the collaboration of Young D, and we got a collaboration of Fresco, but that's about it. But it's we're already we're already working on projects for next year.
That's right.
So we got things coming up.
Project 2, Project 3, Los Enfermos Part 2.
Yes, sir.
Volume
yes,
2,
sir.
whatever you're gonna call it.
Yeah, and we're gonna try to, start bringing other people, other artists, from my hometown, from SD, Texas, you name it, man. We're trying to show love to anywhere we can, and try to reach out to all our peoples, man. That's our main goal.
That's firme. Make sure everybody's is staying posted, and and definitely do not sleep on the homies album. Can you for everybody that is watching this right now and they want to keep up with you, is there give us a website or give us your Instagram, your IG name so that they can follow up with you?
Right. So on Instagram, man, you guys can find me on Little Roy _Lucky West Coast. And then on YouTube, you can find me under Little Roy, aka Lucky. So, and then subscribe if you guys want to show some love. I've been posting some videos, some updates on a couple of the new songs, a little bit of sneak peeks in there. Okay. But on YouTube, we're gonna be posting, videos of the album, and just a lot of good things that are coming. So, but check me out and follow me on Instagram, and definitely subscribe on YouTube.
Okay. Yeah, make sure you check the homie out. Do not sleep on him. I mean, we definitely do not want to take credit for anything that you guys have done. I mean, I think Little Uno was the first one to recognize your talent. I mean, you've always been talented, but he's the one that said, hey, let's take this to the next level. And all we did was just recognize what Little One saw, which was the same thing. And and so here at Chicano Rap Radio, we want to support all the artists, and we want to give all the artists that we think have a future in this. We want to give you guys the exposure. So
Thank you.
In some ways, you're hearing it here first, that that the homie Little Roy, aka Lucky, is about to do big things. I mean, he's already working. He already has a lot of songs with the homeboy Mr. Little One, which says a lot about your talent. We're definitely looking forward to it. So make sure you check out his Instagram. Make sure you go to his YouTube and subscribe. One last thing that I wanted to touch on, and it has nothing to do with the music, because I've been staring at it for the whole interview. I see you're a Chargers fan. I see you're a Chargers fan.
Yeah, solid, man.
What do you think about the Chargers coming to LA?
Man, I was disappointed in a way. I mean, the one thing is California still, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's just a couple miles away.
Right.
So it just sucks, that our team just moved, cities. That's Chargers. When you say the Chargers, first thing that comes into your mind is San Diego.
Right.
Boom, SD. So I was disappointed, and I was a little mad. I got a picture when I'm sitting with that thing, holding it, like in a corner.
Yeah.
When they moved to LA. But still.
You got over it. You got over it, because at the end of the day, you're a Chargers fan.
It's like when you break up with your girlfriend and, like you hate her for like a couple months, and then later it's like, all right, I love you, bitch.
Well, I'm glad you forgave them. I don't think the Chargers would have been the same without your approval. I don't know if we're going to be able to get any games in this year, but hopefully if the season opens up, maybe you can come out to Cali again and catch a game and support them in their new home. I mean, I have a couple of homies that are Charger fans. I mean, I myself am a Rams fan, but as long as it's a West Coast team, I'm gonna support the West Coast, Southern Cali teams all day long.
That's exactly what I got a Rams jersey, man, with Lozano. I got a Chargers jersey with Lozano. So it's the West Coast, man. So anything in California, man, is mad love.
I'm gonna say that if the if the season opens up and we have a game, you know, and if the time and the money allows it, I mean, we should try to catch a Rams Chargers game. You know what I mean?
Most definitely, man. Okay, most definitely, we'll be there.
That would be feeding, homie.
Yeah.
All right, G. Well, I just want to say thank you for your time. You know, we would like to have you back sometime, maybe when your album releases, either before, a little bit before, a little bit after. We definitely appreciate your time.
Likewise, brother.
I'm really looking forward to your album. Anybody out there, make sure you stay posted. Check out the homies' upcoming album dropping August 24th, Los Enfermos. You know, check out his Instagram, check out his YouTube, and definitely don't sleep on the homie. You're definitely going to hear a lot more about Little Roy, aka Lucky. You're listening to Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.
Yay.
Chicano Rap Radio, raw and uncut.